Alright, so you guys see my phone? So, and if you have a GoPro, I highly recommend downloading this app, the Quick app. And, you probably couldn't tell on my phone. But anyway, it shows a preview of whatever is in front of the camera, right? So, we are going to, this is how I get my headcam situated, if you didn't know. But we are heading out here. Just finished our pre-trip. Everything's looking good on the camera, so yeah, that's me looking straight forward, and then I view it on my phone. So if I'm looking, yeah, you guys get the mirrors and everything. So that is how I set up my little head cam, give you guys a good view, or the best view I can. And we're recording. And now we're pulling out. This gentleman next to me here, I was walking around doing my pre-trip, and he pulled in the other way, nosed in first, and he offloaded all of his cars. And I don't know if you can tell in the mirror, but he has 3 GMC 2500s up top, and those are heavy trucks, those diesels. They're like 6,000, 7,000 pounds, I would assume. My Dodge, I have a Dodge 1500, it's a 03 gas. It's lifted and got big rims and tires. Curb weight with me in it is 6,000 pounds on the dot. So I would assume these newer diesel trucks, like those GMC 2500s, are about 6,000 at least. But anyway, he offloaded it and then turned around, and then I saw him offloading a Subaru again, and I was like, hey man, what's with like the offloading, you know? Is it just per your like deliveries and stuff like that? And he was like, oh no, it's to get my axle weights right. He's like, I had the engine of the 2500s all facing backwards. And so he was like, that was probably putting my rear axles overweight. I was 1,000 pounds over in the back. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. So, yeah, I learned that about a car hauler today, and he couldn't adjust his weight with his fifth wheel. So he was in that situation where he absolutely had to unload. But anyway, guys, so we're just heading out of beautiful, I don't know if you can see the mountains. You actually probably can't. But, beautiful Monument, Colorado. These truck stops here, they are the only 2 truck stops on the Front Range. The Front Range being this mountain range behind me here to the west. That's the Front Range that runs along I-25. But yeah, you got the Pilot on the south side and a Valero on the north. But yeah, just heading out. So we got a delivery tomorrow up in Brighton, Colorado. And then after that, Monday morning, we are going to come back down and take the truck to the house to rip off the exhaust manifold and the turbo, and then throw a radiator in. I've done a radiator on this truck already myself. Actually, well, I did it with my buddy Spencer in California. But because it's so heavy, it comes together with the charge air cooler, and you open the hood, disconnect the charge air cooler, drain the system, and then you pull the charge air cooler and the radiator off together. There's 2 bottom bolts underneath, and that sucker is heavy. So I don't think I can do that myself. So I actually, unfortunately, just because I don't have like a second set of hands and a second body to help me lift that radiator out, I think I'm gonna have to pay the shop to swap that, just due to location and circumstance. But they're a good shop. I trust them. They work quick, work smart. So yeah, I'll probably just end up paying them to swap that in. But yeah, so we're about to get on 25 North here whenever this light changes its mind and decides it's our freaking turn to go. There it is. Felt like that's like the longest I've ever sat at that light. And I leave that light quite often. But anyway, I wanted to talk at you guys about something. If if he's still here. He is, okay. So check it out. I don't know if you'll see. We've got the red light. But you see that blue Subaru and the one-way sign? There's a gentleman sitting there. Now you might think homeless, right? He's got a backpack and sitting on a 5-gallon bucket. But there's what you don't see, and I've taken this exit the last 2 days coming here. His sign, so here's what we're gonna talk about. That man, he's begging, he's asking for help. His sign says, traveling and hungry. It just says traveling hungry. There's a couple things you want to notice about people like that. First of all, he has a completely shaven face. He's very clean. His jacket and pants look brand new. His boots are absolutely brand new. You know what's funny? Those people, I think those people tried to offer him money, but they were going the other, because I was at that sign there turning left. Those people, or some people in a blue Subaru, pulled up with their hazards on, and they were going this direction. They stopped and they're like, hey man, here's some money. And he like started like weirdly bitching at him, but I think it's because he saw me shake my head at him like in a like disagreeing no manner. You know, it'd be funny, that's probably his Jeep right there. Yeah. But anyway, it would not surprise me if that was his Jeep. So, but anyway, uh-oh, we got a truck. Now we got a vehicle on the shoulder up here. We're gonna get over, and then we're gonna do our best. Oh, and look at that. Someone right here, but look at this wide open lanes. It was like, per circumstance, they were like, hey look Ryan, I know you're merging, have an absolutely free empty highway to merge, as well as you need to get over for homeboy broke down on the shoulder. Go ahead and have absolute free access to all 3 lanes if you'd like. So anyway, beautiful break in the clouds with the sun, by the way. But anyway, so that guy back there with the sign, it said traveling hungry. Guess what? I'm a truck driver, and when I don't eat and I'm driving down the road, I'm traveling hungry, you know what I mean? So it didn't say like homeless, need work, need help, need money, or anything like that. It just said traveling hungry. He had clean boots, he had clean pants, he had clean jacket, shaven face, clean hat, a backpack, a bucket he was sitting on. Listen folks, if you gotta pay attention. I hate people who beg when they have all the ability in the world to go out and get a job. That man, absolutely, if he doesn't already have a like Monday through Friday job, or a Monday through Friday job, or yeah, well, okay, so today's Sunday. Well, here's the thing also, I ought to say this. I came off that exit yesterday and that man was still there. So honestly, I wanted to roll down my window today. I just shook my head at him, you know, when I caught, I rolled up to the stop sign or the turn light there, caught eyes with him and shook my head like, dude, no, like it's fucking obvious you're fake. So, or lying. So, cause he could be traveling hungry, but let me tell you what, I saw him yesterday on a Saturday, today's Sunday. He ain't traveling that far or fast, I'll tell you that, since he's been at that sign the past 2 days. But no, ladies and gentlemen, that you pay attention to stuff like that. Don't give your money to those people who are clearly fake. If you see someone in need and your heart does the same thing mine does, green light, come on, green light, come on. No. I wonder if this way station's open. Northbound, no, it looks like it says closed. Anyway, guys, so you want to pay attention to certain things. Shaven face, does it say closed? Yeah, it says closed. Shaven face, clean shoes, clean clothes. The man was wearing like work boots that were absolutely spotless clean. His jacket looked like a Carhartt jacket that was clean. Like his jean pants were clean. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that said closed. Yeah, that definitely said closed. I know what I'm doing. Come on, I'm a professional, guys. This northbound section we're about to roll through, it's called the Gap north of Monument. It has been under construction for like the past 2.5 years, 3 years almost, since I've lived here and been rolling through here. Actually, yeah, it's been under construction for the past 3 years since I've been rolling through. Nice looking Pete, homie. But anyway, so guys, I have a big heart. I don't have a huge wallet, you know what I mean? I'm not like financially set for the rest of my life, but I know that I can sometimes give to people in need. And I'm very privileged, you know. I'm very privileged to have hot water to go shower, or food in my refrigerator to go cook a meal with, or money to go buy dinner with if I need, or a job, this truck. I'm very blessed, right? I'm very privileged and lucky that everything like that I was just saying, right? I can go turn a faucet and, come on Penske, do something. Or is your truck that weak that you are also having a hard time climbing? Anyway, so I'm very privileged. All right, I'm gonna let you know. I will eventually. All right, did he dim his lights? I don't know. I'll give you plenty of time. But you'll just sit there. Anyway, they let anyone drive those 26-foot box trucks. I'm pretty sure. Some of them do have air brakes, but I know some of them you don't need a CDL to drive. Kick the fan on. But anyway, guys, so what I wanted to say about that gentleman sitting there, I knew he was clearly lying. I personally would not give someone like that my money. For example, when we were merging onto the interstate, that probably was his Jeep. Every time I left that exit prior, I went southbound, so I couldn't tell you if that Jeep had been there a while. But yeah, if you see homeless people and you want to give, like I do, I love to give. One night I was out in Portland. Portland has a really bad homeless problem now. I was out in Portland, and I'm gonna let this white car come on in, homie. Was slow down, and you got a car in your lane, so bounce over, bounce over, bounce over, bounce over quick. Come on, there you go. All right. See, it's good to be safe, folks. Good to be safe. Hopefully they get fixed. They're in a shitty spot. But anyway, so I have a really giving heart. We're doing 55 in a 60 work zone, by the way. Although speeding was that left lane. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a professional. So, oof, white car bailing off. Y'all see that? They're like, we're gonna dip into the construction zone because this pavement's way smoother. What are they doing? I don't know. We're gonna keep an eye on them. We're gonna just kind of stay backed off and keep a safe distance. I mean, they're doing the speed limit over there. I don't know why they're over there, but they're over there having fun. But hey, I mean, can't incriminate them or get them in trouble. I'm sure my camera didn't catch their license plate, so they're safe. Go have your fun, folks. But anyway, also, side note, folks, in a construction zone like the Gap, please don't speed like everyone else is around me. Oh, coming south right here, King Supers, this guy runs for Brisk. He's got a nice old school K100. But anyway, talked to that dude over the CB once, real nice guy. But then when I was doing, I helped out King Supers one time, and talked to him. I was like, hey, where's that guy that runs the old K100? I talked to him over the phone or over the CB. And I was helping King Supers out with some local loads during Thanksgiving time, 2020, and they were super busy, so they needed some power only units to run their reefers. And the dispatch guy was like, oh, I think his name was Gary. He's like, oh, Gary that runs that old cab over? I was like, yeah, where's he at? I wouldn't mind talking to him. He's like, you don't want to talk to him. He's kind of got a stick up his ass. I was like, I don't know. I mean, I'm a trucker, and truck drivers get along, whether we got to stick up our ass or we're bent out of shape about something, you know. We got to deal with, you know, the worst conditions all the time. Four-wheeler, you know, people cutting us off and all that bad shit. Oh, look. So homeboy in the white car, he looks like he was dipping over to this construction zone. Maybe he was dropping off lunch. He or she maybe dropping off lunch for their husband or something, or maybe going to work. Actually, that guy was probably going to work. Looks like he was pulling over to then park. So remember, folks, you don't know what everyone else is doing in the world. So you could be like, oh, what an asshole over there joyriding on the fresh pavement in the work zone, even, you know. But hey, like that guy, he was probably going to work. So anyway, don't ever assume. You can assume a little bit, but just remember that to assume makes an ass out of you and me. So anyway, though, sidetrack back to the sorry, I'm trying to keep my head, I'm sidetracking again. I'm trying to keep my head movements to a minimum so the head cam footage comes out all right, you know. It's not just like a full make you sick blur. But every now and then my eyes get tired of just checking the mirrors every 10 seconds. Like I'm yanking my eyes left and right to spot my trailer. So you will see me crack my neck to check my location in the lane all the time. But when I have the head cam on, I do make a conscious decision to just turn my eyes instead of my entire neck. Oh, but my neck feels good to pop. So anyway, let me tell you though, backtrack to what I was talking about, that gentleman with the sign. I have a giving hand. I have a big heart. I love to help people out who are in worse situations than I am. If I see you working on something like in a parking lot, I will absolutely come over and help you. Side note, Sonny, if you ever see this, what up, man? I hope your Pete's running good. Sonny was a gentleman that I helped Thanksgiving 2018. We're gonna turn you down, homie. Sonny was a gentleman I helped out back in Thanksgiving 2018. I was driving from Sacramento to Denver and visiting with my girlfriend in Colorado Springs. Nice looking Pete rolling south. Visiting with my girlfriend in, I was gonna be there with my girlfriend for Thanksgiving, and stopped off in Salt Lake City midpoint, you know, stayed there for the night or whatever. Woke up, I parked next to this really nice looking, actually no, I wish I would have parked next to him, but there was spots filled, but it was this badass stretched out Pete, and I was like, damn, that's a good looking truck. Yellow, and a yellow matching reefer trailer, and tight. Oh, nice Penske, way over the lanes, homie. See, they let anyone drive those trucks. You really got to be careful around those people. But anyway, so I woke up the next morning, and it was too dark to go over and take pictures of his truck, but I woke up the next morning, and I saw his hood was popped, and he had his alternator laying on the ground. Now, remind you, this was Thanksgiving Day. I wake up and I see this. So I walk over, and this is crazy. This is the crazy happenstance. I had a spare starter and a spare alternator in my bunk underneath my bed because I wanted to replace them. And I said, hey man, I walked over to him and he was outside. He had his alternator on the ground. I was like, hey man, what's the deal? And he's like, oh, my alternator took a shit, so my truck's dead. And it didn't charge the batteries before I parked last night. And I was like, oh shit. He's like, yeah, and it's Thanksgiving, so everywhere is closed. I can't get a hold of an alternator. And I was like, dude, this is crazy. But if you can somehow pull out the cash, he was an owner operator with his own unit and everything, independent. I was like, if you can go pull out the cash, I have the receipt of what this alternator cost. I have the alternator you need under my bunk. And he was like, his eyes lit up. He was like, no way. So anyway, I pulled it out and he shits a brick. Like, dude, the smile on this dude's face, ear to ear. So anyway, he ended up writing me a check and I cashed it right there, you know, on my phone, mobile deposit. Took a picture of his license just so, like, I was like, yeah, man, if that check bounces, you know, don't fuck me over, bud. So that sucks breaking down right there. But anyway, I helped this gentleman replace his alternator right there, Thanksgiving Day 2018. Freaking slapped hands, threw up the deuces, and we went our separate ways. He was rolling westbound, I was rolling eastbound. I said, you know, happy Thanksgiving. And I forget, he hit me up. Actually, we swapped numbers. He hit me up on the phone once. Hey, Ryan, how you doing? So, Sonny, if you ever come across this, brother, I hope you're doing well. And hope that beautiful Pete is still running great. But yeah, it was a gorgeous looking Pete. If I could somehow link a photo at the end of this, I definitely will. It was all stretched out, yellow, matching spread axle reefer, and 600 horse Cummins and everything like that, backed with an 18 speed, wood floors in here and everything. So dude was real cool, truck was real nice, loved helping him out, made me feel good. Then I hit it, ran across I-80, and got to be with my girlfriend for Thanksgiving, which was amazing. So anyway, guys, but what I was saying about that guy, now we're gonna backtrack. So hopefully, if you have made it this far just sitting here listening to me, you guys are awesome. So because I mean, this is just idiotic ramblings rolling up the interstate. Also, if you don't run I-25, this is the gap, and it is 22 miles of road work and construction, and it sucks. And here comes some homeboy with a green LED light bar up top. So it's that, look at me. Not a fan, not a fan. But hey, to each their own. Not my cup of Kool-Aid, but you do you, boo-boo. So anyway, and then everyone just freaking zipping. Zip, zip, zoom, zoom. There you go, buddy. Way to be smart. Nice Beamer. Don't wrap it around a K-rail. So, because then if he wrecks, then it's gonna slow me down because dipshit's in front of me now. So anyway, also these are just intense bumps. Like they're not. This section has gotten a lot better over time. But anyway, so that gentleman, what I'm trying to say, I'm gonna focus now and wrap this up before we get out of the gap, I'm sure, of construction. But I've said this 17 times now. I have a heavy hand, a big big heart. I love giving and helping those in need. One time I was in Portland and I was at Jubit's, and I went over to the restaurant, the Ponderosa, but they were closing because of COVID. They were closing at 8, and it was like 9:30. And on my walk back, I pulled out 60 bucks cash with the intention to spend it at dinner at the Ponderosa Bar and Grill there. You guys ever been? Great food, great time, live music, karaoke, stuff like that, line dancing every now and then. So anyway, went over to have dinner. They were closed. On my walk back, I saw a less fortunate, a homeless man. And I asked him, I was like, hey, excuse me, sir, are you homeless? He's like, yes, sir. I was like, well, hey, you know, if I gave you 20 bucks, what would you do with it? And he had a big old 5-gallon propane tank with him for heating up and staying warm at the cold nights. And he was like, well, first of all, I'd go try and fill a little bit of propane in my propane tank. And then I would, whatever leftover money I had, I would buy myself some sandwich, egg salad sandwich from the truck stop for dinner. And I mean, he's like, and he was very open and honest. And you know, people in those situations sometimes are embarrassed of their situation. They're not at their highest. So if you're ever talking to someone in that situation and they come off a little embarrassed or shy, you know, don't, you know, obviously I'm sure humans that are giving and willing to help, they're not going to put people down like that. But he was very shy, and he was very open, and he was like, well, I'm homeless, and I'm also an alcoholic. I have an alcohol problem, and so if I had any leftover money, I'd probably try and go buy a beer or something. And I was like, all right, man, well, hey, listen, you know, I was gonna spend $60 at dinner, and I opened up my wallet and I gave him 60 bucks. I was like, take care of your heat, take care of your stomach. And his shoes didn't have any shoelaces. I was like, what size do you wear? He wore 11 and a half. I didn't have any 11 and a half, but I went back, pulled a pair of shoelaces out of my shoes because his shoes didn't have any shoelaces. And so I pulled a pair of laces out of my shoes and gave them to him. I was like, dude, take this money, take care of yourself, be as smart as you can with it. I know it's not going to last you forever, but yeah, so anyway, I have a very giving hand if I can, big heart. And if you do too, just try and be smart and judge the situation. You don't want to give to those who are lying to you and others. At least in my mind, cruise control set at 60 through this construction zone. Actually, I think the construction just ended back there, but I mean, like, this used to be under construction. They're gonna widen it to 3 lanes eventually here, but yeah, it's way better than it was. So anyway, though, you know, try and read the situation. Clean boots, clean pants, clean jacket, shaven face. His sign was brand new and like permanent marker looked really fresh. It wasn't folded and beat up. His sign was like brand new. I saw him there Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, Sunday morning, and Sunday afternoon when I rolled by. So, because I live in that kind of area towards those monument truck stops. So, you know, try and judge the situation. it was obvious that that gentleman was not homeless or less fortunate, really, especially with his clean clothes and clean boots. So, and again, it wasn't like he was lying on his sign, so he felt fine, probably mentally and ethically, and morally, he probably felt fine writing traveling hungry on his sign, because he didn't write homeless need help, homeless need money. No, traveling hungry. Very simple, not a lie. But so yeah, that is sorry about the head movement, guys. I try and keep it to a minimum. I'm trying to just move my eyes, but they get tired. But so trying to read the situation and assess it, and you know, give as much as you can. I listen to Dave Ramsey. Live and give like no one else, so you can then live and give like no. What does he say? What does he say? You guys know. Live like no one else, so one day you can give like no one else. Damn, now I'm gonna have to go watch a Dave Ramsey speech and hear what he says. I love Dave Ramsey. He's real powerful, real solid spine, real good morals and ethics, and you know, can help you get your head on straight. But yeah, so anyway, guys, I definitely try and give in proper situations when you can, but also try and read the situation. I hate people who take advantage of those and would lie about being in a less fortunate situation. But anyway, figure this probably ran on long enough. I'm just rambling now. We're gonna cut this as a individual video itself. But yeah, going to make my delivery tomorrow. I'm pretty sure I got some paper products for Staples. That place that I left so fidel, taking it up to Denver, well actually Brighton, Colorado. And the very last packages that I had on the back of the trailer that I could see, and we're only about 24,000 pounds, but they look like paper towels. They were boxed up, but the picture on it resembled like a paper towel company. So anyway, guys, I got a day cab 579 coming up here on the left. I do like the look of those slope nose 579s. If I got another truck, if I wanted to get a fuel squeezer, baby, ooh, 579s, they can look good. But anyway, guys, and homeboy here is pulling some doubles too. But anyway, guys, now I'm just rambling random shit. Live and give like no one else. I ain't gonna steal Dave Ramsey's saying because clearly I'm butchering it. Live today like no one else, so you can then live and give like no one else. Well, that's awfully fucking close, homie. I couldn't even see his tail lights, but then again, I do sit on the ground, so what you guys can see is a lot more than what I see. But that's why I stay so far behind people, because I sit on the ground. Anyway, guys, we made it through the construction zone, so that means I know it has been over 20 minutes. Everyone, thank you for viewing. If you made it all the way through, go ahead and drop it in the comments. Whatever Dave Ramsey's saying is, maybe live and give, or live like no one else, so you can then later on give and live like no one else, because it feels good to give. I love helping out, but definitely read the situation. Don't be taken advantage of, and honestly, fuck those who do take advantage when they don't need the help, like that gentleman back there. Like I said, it wouldn't surprise me if that Jeep that we saw on the on-ramp was his, or if not, if he was just another truck driver, which this is sad, a working man out there. And us truck drivers, we work hard for our money, and we better be getting paid for it, you know what I mean? That's why I am in the position I'm in, Landstar and owner-operator, you know, like I saw my worth, and I knew where to go. Ooh, we got some nice looking iron coming south here. That K-Dub with that spread axle, Conestoga. But anyway, yeah, definitely, guys, read the situation. Thanks for viewing, though. Thanks for listening if you made it all the way through. I'm gonna speed up my voice, so that way y'all can just sit back and kick the video on in your spare time and listen to it beautifully. My idiotic ramblings where I'm scatterbrained and just all over topics. But I do like that green on that Jeep. That's a good looking color. I think that's that sublime green they used to make those 70s Dodges in. But all right, peace and love, and live like no one else so you can give like no one else later on. Stay loaded.